Crack. Etymology 1. From Middle English kraken, kraken, from Old English kration, from Proto-Germanic *krakona, ultimately from Proto-Indo-European *ger. Verb. Crack. To form cracks. It's been so dry, the ground is starting to crack. To break apart under pressure. When I tried to stand on the chair, it cracked. To become debilitated by psychological pressure. Anyone would crack after being hounded like that. To break down or yield, especially under interrogation or torture. When we showed him the pictures of the murder scene, he cracked. To make a cracking sound. The bat cracked with authority and the ball went for 6. To change rapidly in register. His voice cracked with emotion. To alternate between high and low register in the process of eventually lowering. His voice finally cracked when he was 14. To make a sharply humorous comment. I would too, with a face like that, she cracked. To make a crack or cracks in. The ball cracked the window. To break open or crush to small pieces by impact or stress. You'll need a hammer to crack a black walnut. To strike forcefully. She cracked him over the head with her handbag. To open slightly. Could you please crack the window? To cause to yield under interrogation or other pressure. They managed to crack him on the 3rd day. To solve a difficult problem. I've finally cracked it, and of course the answer is obvious in hindsight. To overcome a security system or a component. It took a minute to crack the lock, 3 minutes to crack the security system, and about 20 minutes to crack the safe. They finally cracked the code. To cause to make a sharp sound. To crack a whip. 2001, Doug McGinn, The Apple Indians. Herschel cracked his knuckles, a nervous habit that drove Inez crazy. To tell. The performance was fine until he cracked that dead baby joke. To break down, especially with the application of heat, to pyrolyze. Acetone is cracked to ketene and methane at 700 degrees Celsius. To circumvent software restrictions such as regional coding or time limits. That software license will expire tomorrow unless we can crack it. To open a canned beverage, or any packaged drink or food. I'd love to crack open a beer. Let's crack a tube and watch the game. To brag, boast. 1621, Democritus Jr., The Anatomy of Melancholy, Oxford and #58, printed by Ian Litchfield and IAMS, short for Henry Cripps, OCLC 216,894,069 and #59, The Anatomy of Melancholy and #58, an NBSP, second corrected and augmented edition, Oxford and #58, printed by John Litchfield and James, short for Henry Cripps, 1624, OCLC 54,573,970, Partition 2, Section 4, Member 1, Subsection B. Cardan cracks that he can cure all diseases with water alone, as Hippocrates of old did most infirmities with one medicine. Ethoipes of their sweet complexion crack. To be ruined or impaired, to fail. The credit of exchequers cracks, when little comes in and much goes out. Noun. Crack. A thin and usually jagged space opened in a previously solid material. A large crack had formed in the roadway. A narrow opening. We managed to squeeze through a crack in the rock wall. Open the door a crack. A sharply humorous comment, a wisecrack. I didn't appreciate that crack about my hairstyle. A potent, relatively cheap, addictive variety of cocaine, often a rock, usually smoked through a crack pipe. I wouldn't use it. If I was going to use it, I can afford real cocaine. Crack is whack. The sharp sound made when solid material breaks. The crack of the falling branch could be heard for miles. Any sharp sound. The crack of the bat hitting the ball. An attempt at something. I'd like to take a crack at that game. Vagina. I'm so horny even the crack of dawn isn't safe. The space between the buttocks. Pull up your pants. Your crack is showing. Conviviality, fun, good conversation, chat, gossip, or humorous storytelling, good company. 2001, William F. Gray, The Villain, iUniverse p. 214. Being a native of Northumberland, she was enjoying their banter and Geordie good humor. This was what she needed, good company and good crack. 2004, Bill Griffiths, Dictionary of Northeast Dialect, Northumbria University Press. His a bit good crack, interesting to talk to. 2006, Patrick McCabe, Winterwood, Bloomsbury 2007, p. 10. By the time we've got a good drunk on us there'll be more crack in this valley than the night I pissed on the electric fence. The crack was good. That was good crack. She is queer good crack. The party was great crack. Business, events, news. What's the crack? What's this crack about a possible merger? A program or procedure designed to circumvent restrictions or usage limits on software. Has anyone got a crack for Document Writer 3.0? A meaningful chat. Extremely silly, absurd or off-the-wall ideas or prose. The tone of voice when changed at puberty. William Shakespeare, Cymbeline, Act 4, Scene 2. And let us, Polydor, though now our voices have got the mannish crack, sing him to the ground. A mental flaw, a touch of craziness, partial insanity. He has a crack. A crazy or crack-brained person. I cannot get the Parliament to listen to me, who look upon me as a crack in a projector. A boast, boasting. Crack and brags. Vainglorious cracks. Breach of chastity. William Shakespeare, Cymbeline, Act 5, Scene 5. But think her bond of chastity quite cracked, I having ta'en the forfeit. ... A boy, generally a pert, lively boy. 'Tis a noble child. A crack, madam. A brief time, an instant, a jiffy. I'll be with you in a crack. Synonyms. Bum crack, ass crack, crack cocaine, crackpot. Etymology 2. 1793 slang, of unk and origin. Adjective. Crack. Highly trained and competent. Even a crack team of investigators would have trouble solving this case. Excellent, first-rate, superior, top-notch. She's a crack shot with that rifle.